coming on to talk about sports and more specifically MLB from CBS Sports. He covers the MLB, Danny Vietti.
Somebody's going to beat the Cleveland Browns this year. Is it going to be another opponent, or is it going to be the Cleveland Browns? That's their storyline, and the season will answer that story.
Well, my prediction preseason, because we always have to do that at ESPN, give us your predictions, make us look like idiots, was Astros and Nationals, with the Astros winning. Given the fact that both those teams still look like they're in the mix for that eventuality, I'm going to stick with that, Astros and Nationals, with Astros winning.
Play action is going to take himself around the left big hole 40, 35, 30, cuts it upfield, spin move 20, action Jackson 10, and dancing into the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. Has time launching it down the middle of the field, called at the 20, Sammy Watkins 10, walking into the end zone, and the Chiefs are going to be going to Miami.
What's going on, Sportscaster, YouTube, and beyond? Thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Mesenter, and I hope you're having a great day as I welcome you into episode 12 of the Ravens vs. Browns Week 14 Deep Dive, where I go through every play, talk about what happened, why it happened, should it have happened, who messed up, who excelled, and a whole lot more. This was absolutely the best game of the regular season, likely the best game of the postseason as well. Playoff implications, stars making big-time plays making stars, and of course, a dramatic Hollywood ending. But before we get to the game, let me just remind you to check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef. Check out all of the episodes there, as well as all of my videos on Sportscaster, sportscastr.com, where you can check out the rest of the series, which is also available on YouTube. Please also check out all my articles for Sportscaster News, Rocky and Meisty, Flurry Sports, and Tackler. A lot of great content, but it's a lot to remember. So I made it easy for you by creating a website, yosefm613.com, where you can subscribe and get email updates every time I post new content. That's yosefm613.com. If you're on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a follow, trying to grow my Twitter audience, and I need your help. So again, my handle, yosefm613. Alright, with that said, let's get back to the film. Ravens-Browns, start of the second half in Cleveland. Here we go. They got the first half, they got a touchdown. The Browns, they had to settle for a Hail Mary, and it did not work. And now the Ravens get the ball to start the second half. So let's get it started. Ravens up 21-14. Cody Parkey kicking it off for the Browns. As Devin Duvernay back for the Ravens. Parkey will send this one deep, and this one will be too deep. Devin Duvernay lets it bounce 4 or 5 yards deep. Wants no part of this one. And that will send the Baltimore Ravens out to the 25-yard line. Get another look at it from the all-22 angle, which is really a great angle for kickoffs. You can really see everyone just going right down the field, gap penetration. And this one will, so Duvernay, this angle also, he's going to let it go for a touchback. Shocker. And here comes the Ravens out to the 25-yard line. So, right off the bat, pistol formation. Brings Ricard in motion, play action, rolling it out. Jackson, already outside the numbers, is going to flip it. Incomplete. See the ball there under Miles Boykin. Let's take a look from this angle before we break this down. Ricard in motion. Trying to get it to Andrews through the hands. Lucky it's not intercepted. And what's going on here? All right, right off the bat, 21 personnel. 1 running back, 2 running backs. 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers. So 21 personnel. Browns here are in zone coverage. Now, a lot of the stuff the Ravens do is not designed. It's very much based off of what Lamar Jackson sees. This is not. This is, they're pretending, they're faking that he's looking at Myles Garrett on the part of the zone read. He's not. This is a designed play action rollout with J.K. Dobbins and Lamar Jackson just getting outside. Just slow it down here so you can see what happened one more time. This throw is behind Mark Andrews. Andrews tries to go back. He's not 100% sure if it's for him. Look how many guys there are in this area. That's an issue. Talk more about that later. Goes through the hands of Andrews. Boykin's got a shot at it. He can't get it, and the ball floats harmlessly to the ground. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receivers. What's the routes here? Because everyone's going to end up in this area, right? Why? Okay. Here's what this ends up being. Simple, just drag. Bit of a deeper drag. I don't know why it initially made my pen smaller. And then I come back. It's a high-low. This is a very basic high-low. It cuts the field in half and makes it very easy for the quarterback. Here's the issue. When Lamar Jackson breaks the pocket, let's go say right here. Sione Takitaki is taking away Mark Andrews. Because he's got the angle to where Lamar wants to throw the ball. Hollywood Brown's open though. And once Takitaki comes in, so is Mark Andrews. Lamar's going to throw the ball. I actually can't tell from the single where he throws it. Let's go to this single. Just a simple flicking motion. Look, both of those guys are open. I mean, is he going to Hollywood here or Andrews? It's too high for Andrews. You could make the argument he's going to Hollywood here. And Andrews got in the way. It's very tough to tell. Boykin not initially open, but then eventually comes back for the ball, gets open. So good job by the wide receivers here. I mean, this is just a simple high-low. What you're normally going to do here, and we'll go to right here, is you're going to go something like 1, 2, 3. Now, because Takitaki is here, Lamar Jackson probably checked off Andrews, which probably means that he went to Hollywood Brown, but there's really no way to initially know that. So, let's take a look at part of the backfield. Watch Patrick Ricard come in motion here. Number 42, coming across. Helping out. He's part of what tries to sell this run fake, and I thought I put this on slow. Apparently not. They're trying to show run. Look how many guys are coming over here. They're following Patrick Ricard, trying to play the run. Number 93, number 50, number 93, BJ Goodson, number 51, that is Mac. And that's what kind of helps Lamar Jackson get some time here. I mean, this fake is going to get, actually gets also Larry Ogunjobi right here. And you got Myles Garrett right here. I mean, look, Ogunjobi and Garrett start moving towards Ricard. You normally follow Ricard. Not this time. Ravens taking advantage. Let's take a look at the blocking scheme. Where Ricard is going to go, and he's going to take on Myles Garrett one-on-one. So and he does a pretty good job of that, actually. Then you'll see Sheldon Richardson and Larry Ogunjobi up the middle, number 98 and 65. Whole bunch of guys trying to get there, and Ravens are happy to let Ogunjobi go to his right because there's nothing happening there. Here's the issue with Olivier Vernon right here. This is what forces Lamar. This is going to put a little bit of pressure on Lamar Jackson. Let's take it back a second. Number 54 right here is working against DJ Fluker, number 70. He's going to Vernon makes the first contact with Fluker, and at this point he reads it well. He's going to spin out to the outside, and then he's just going to try to chase Lamar Jackson down. Now at this point, Lamar's just waiting for a little bit, and now he's going to just throw some wide open receivers. I've got to wonder if that was to Hollywood Brown. But ooh, look at this hit at the end on Hollywood Brown. Watch BJ Goodson come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that should have been. That's probably a penalty, because here's what I'm looking for right now. Can BJ Goodson see where that ball's coming from? He sees Boykin, but Hollywood doesn't touch the ball. That's a penalty on BJ Goodson. Browns get away with one right there. Now there is a penalty here. on the Browns. Right here on Kevin Johnson versus Miles Boykin. Also, let's keep this slow. Watch here. They're going to get illegal contact. They're past the 5 yards. They're past the 30. So they're past 5 yards. And right here, he's just going to hit him. Which makes me wonder, was this designed to be a comeback? Or maybe Boykin turned it into a comeback. Maybe he's meant to, it's a bad drawing. Maybe he's just meant to get down the sideline. But Johnson stopped that. No way to really know. But fundamentally, this is a good play for the Ravens. I've got 2 questions. Was this ball that Andrews and Lamar made a bad throw? Or was the ball to Hollywood Brown? And Lamar made a great throw, and Hollywood just happened, and Mark Andrews thought it was to him. And there's really no way to know. But beyond that, from the offensive line perspective, from the wide running perspective, the Ravens do a very good job here. In zone coverage, the Browns just do not. I mean, just look at this coverage. Look how wide open Hollywood Brown gets right over the middle of the field. This cannot happen in the NFL. Because most times, this is a nice, this is a 15-yard pickup every time. And it happens to be that it would have been a 15-yard pickup, but that ball gets tipped. Boykin makes a nice attempt to try to catch it. And a little bit of some bad luck there for the Baltimore Ravens on this play. Watch it one more time. Play action to Dobbins. Rolling to the outside. Not an easy mechanical throw there. You see the penalty flag coming in right there at the bottom of the screen. But it will go incomplete. And here comes first down and 10 after the penalty. And this one, a handoff to Dobbins, who's going to just spin his way forward out to the 31-yard line. A pickup of 1. Olivier Vernon and Sione Takitaki there with the stop for the Cleveland Browns. One more time. And look at Vernon and Takitaki driving J.K. Dobbins backwards. Okay. Heavy formation. 2 running backs. So it's Ricard and Dobbins. No tight ends. 2 wide receivers, but 6 offensive linemen. The extra one is Matt Skira. Browns in the base defense. And let's take a look from this angle. There is Matt Skira, the extra lineman. There's Patrick Ricard, the second running back. Is this the zone read? This looks like it because Lamar Jackson, I'll go for that arrow feature here. Lamar Jackson looking at Myles Garrett. Garrett's going to go up the field here, which means that, the ball goes this way. So it looks like the zone read here to J.K. Dobbins. And right off the bat, Bradley Bozeman's going to pull. Let's go to slow-mo and just watch it. Bozeman's going to come across and pull. Dobbins looks like he's following Bozeman, but then he doesn't have the room to. It looks like right off the bat that Bozeman is meant to get around the edge and block here, and Dobbins is just meant to follow him. It's normally how this works. It's not what's happening here, though, because let's take a look at the one-on-one matchups, and it'll show why. Orlando Brown versus Myles Garrett. Garrett getting way outside. Look how he comes free pretty much. Oops. Now Larry Ogunjobi is going to be pushed there by Makari. Remember, Bozeman vacated that spot, but at this point it doesn't matter because Dobbins is out of the backfield. Makari doing a great job trying, but not much he can do. Sheldon Richardson right here. He'll be working against Ben Powers. And Ben Powers, he's going to push him, just let him go to the inside. The Ravens are okay with that here. Right? Because it's going to open up this hole on the left side. Here comes Olivier Vernon, though. He's working against Matt Skira. And there's just nothing there. Olivier Vernon holds his footing. Now looking on the outside here, look at Carl Joseph. Joseph, right before the snap, you can see he's blitzing here. And, right, Willie Snead's meant to be blocking them. Willie Snead is meant to take away Carl Joseph. And he doesn't, because he comes inside on the blitz. And we'll get rid of that arrow, because that's what's meant to happen. And then oops. That was not meant to happen. And then Bozeman's going to come across right here. And he's going to go, and he will probably be meant to block Kevin Johnson. It's probably how it's meant to go. And then they're going to have a guy come up from here and take on a linebacker, and a guy from here come on and take up a linebacker. That's generally how this is meant to work. Here's the issue. The Ravens lose their blocks on the line of scrimmage, especially on this side, because Carl Joseph's going to come free. Olivier Vernon's not going to... He's going to take two guys to shut him down. And at this point, once Bradley Bozeman has to go and take on Carl Joseph right here, there's just not much there. Patrick Ricard, he's going to... You see Ricard's job, B.J. Goodson. He's responsible for Goodson. So maybe Bozeman was responsible for Mac Wilson. Couple of options on this one, but none looking too appetizing here, because the Ravens just are going to lose badly on the offensive line. So Joseph's going to, see right here, Carl Joseph on the blitz is right here. Is going to, Dobbins sees him. He's like, okay, I got to cut back in. Now Dobbins has a little bit of a hole right over here. Issue is B.J. Goodson's right there. Olivier Vernon's right near him, and there's just not much room. Dobbins tries to kind of cut back here, but then Olivier Vernon, who was never really stopped. Skiro couldn't really block him well. Olivier Vernon and Sione Taki are going to be there to make a stop. Okay. A great job by the Cleveland defensive line. I mean, this is how you're going to have to stop the Ravens' rushing attack. You have to win one-on-ones. Who's going to win a one-on-one here? Garrett does. Vernon does. Richardson and Ogunjobi both get pressure. Both come right for free. Carl Joseph wins. Taki remains unblocked. That's a lot of guys right here who are winning one-on-one up front and doing their job. That's what they have to do. That's what they do. And that is what is going to hold J.K. Dobbins to just a 1-yard gain. We can watch this one last time. Driven backwards at the end, but forward progress ensures that J.K. Dobbins gets one. Shotgun formation here instead of a pistol on the last play, and driving him backwards. Vernon and Taki. And here goes a second down and 9 ball on the Ravens 31. Pistol formation. Dobbins behind Jackson. Here comes Willie Snead in motion. Quick pass to the right. This time it'll be caught. Hollywood Brown makes the grab, a pickup of 6. Now bring up third down. MJ Stewart there with the stop. Snead across the formation. No one follows him. That means it's zone. So Lamar Jackson just going to take advantage. I'll be honest, everyone is open right here. What exactly are they doing? Okay. Here's what's going to happen from a route perspective. He's going to come across. I guess he'll do it like this. Duvernay is just going to run a simple slant. He's wide open. Andrews is just going to run a stop. He's going to stop here in the middle of the zone defense. And Lamar Jackson, here's what Lamar Jackson sees right off the ball. Here's why he wants to go to Hollywood Brown. Look how far back this Kevin Johnson, excuse me, that's not Kevin Johnson, but that cornerback is. Creates this nice opening right here for him to work in. That's pretty much what he's just going to do. Andrews is open if Lamar throws it right away. Duvernay gets open. I mean, everyone's just nice and open right here. But Lamar Jackson, he's just going to look here. He sees there's not a lot of room, but look how much room to, not a lot of room to Andrews. He could make it work. There's a lot more room to Hollywood Brown. And Lamar Jackson's going to put it there. Hollywood has to come in for the ball. If you see, Hollywood's going to want to run there. He instead has to run there. That doesn't help with trying to get extra yards after the catch. And then he tries to make a move and just dives forward at the 37, 38-yard line. Okay. Hollywood Brown just beating Heron. Hold on. Let's take a look from here. So here's the part which you probably couldn't see, and I did not see. Hollywood Brown gets by Terrence Mitchell right here. MJ Stewart's got to go over and help him make the tackle, because if he doesn't, Hollywood may or may not have been able to get an extra 10 yards after this play, because he beat Terrence Mitchell pretty badly on this. Very shifty. 2 yards after the catch on a 4-yard completion. And let's take a look at the defensive line. You win and lose in the trenches. And let's take a look at these trenches. So right here, Myles Garrett versus Orlando Brown. Brown's going to just push him wide. Okay, he's being forced back, but he holds his own. Good job there by Orlando Brown. Okay, Larry Ogunjobi being double teamed here by Bradley Bozeman. Bozeman's now going to look at Myles Garrett, see if he needs to help out over there. Makari's going to hold off Ogunjobi, though. Good job on Ogunjobi. Sheldon Richardson versus Ben Powers. Ben Powers, he's going to be pushed backwards. And at the end, Richardson gets free, but I mean, look how badly Ben Powers gets pushed back on this one. Good job by Sheldon Richardson. And let's take a look at a guy who's been having a great day today. Olivia Vernon lined up a little bit wide, and probably in the 7-tech spot. And DJ Fluker is going to hold his own. So good job there by this Ravens line. We can watch this play one more time. A 6-yard completion, which will bring up a 3rd down and 3. Hollywood Brown making sure to get some extra yards after the catch, and not a perfect throw by Lamar Jackson. But it gets the job done, which is what the goal was. Willie Snead coming in motion. Everyone's wide open on this play, but Lamar Jackson gets the ball out of his hands really quickly because he sees someone open really quickly. A nice completion, setting up a nice 3rd down and short 3rd down and 3. As Jackson's going to empty it out in the shotgun, now brings Dobbins into the backfield. 2 receivers to either side. Jackson, designed runs, going to cut to the outside, has some blockers, and here he goes. Cuts it back at the 30 and all the way down to the 18-yard line. 44-yard run for Lamar Jackson. Malcolm Smith finally bringing down Lamar Jackson, number 56 right here. He's the guy who's going to eventually bring him down. Lamar Jackson getting outside some blockers, cutting it back. He switched his cleats at halftime, and they seem to be helping him here. And I got to stop this before I lose it. Nope, I lost it. So what a 44-yard run by Lamar Jackson is exactly the way you like to draw it up. Okay, so let's take a step back, which is the Ravens right here are in the 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, nickel formation. Nickel defense for the Browns. Okay, so this is something that the Ravens use a lot, but not that much, because it looks like the zone read, right? He's looking at Myles Garrett right here. It's not. Let's head to the blackboard. Okay, so the Ravens run the really 2 different running plays off of each other, and you got their bread and butter here. We'll just draw this out. 4, 5 linemen will go. Doesn't really matter, but it's the point of attack here. And then we can even do a different color for the defense. So normally the quarterback is going to look at, let's say nope, need a different color. Quarterback's going to look here. If this guy, okay, I'm going to need a whole bunch of colors here, aren't I? If this guy crashes, the running back's going to get the ball up the middle. And if he goes here, quarterback is going to go outside. That's what the zone read is. Now, the Ravens run something else, and it's called the inverted veer, where, and I'll just draw out a couple of the guys here. Whatever, not a great drawing. But if this guy crashes, the quarterback goes up the middle. And if he comes in, the running back goes outside. This is called the inverted veer. And the Ravens have had a bunch of touchdowns on this play. In the season, they had one against the Redskins. They had one, Washington football team. They had one against the Cowboys. I'm sure there are others which I'm not thinking of. Just long touchdown runs on the inverted veer. Because normally when you watch the film, Lamar Jackson's going to be the guy going outside. Well, this time he doesn't. He's going to go right up the middle. And this is going to just set up a huge play for the Baltimore Ravens. So Lamar Jackson, so Myles Garrett's going to go way out here. And that's going to open up a massive hole for Lamar Jackson to exploit. And that's all Lamar Jackson needs to need. Let's take a look at the blocking right initially, because the Ravens look how much trickery they've got here. Bradley Bozeman and Orlando Brown are pulling from left to right. They're going to go pull. So Ravens are faking the run this way. They're faking the run this way, and the run is going this way. A whole lot of misdirection here. So Bozeman and Brown are pulling. Larry Ogunjobi versus Patrick McCarry. Number 65 versus number 65. Well, at this point, Ogunjobi's going to break free, but at this point, it's just not going to matter. Lamar Jackson's just too fast. And Sheldon Richardson's going to, against Ben Powers right here. Not much happening. But look where everyone is. There is really two players on this side. Because everyone's going here. You follow the pullers. That's how this Ravens system works. Or does it? Because the Ravens are going to go the opposite way on this one. And let's head to the big view here. Because once Lamar Jackson breaks free right here, there are a couple of interesting parts here. Which are, number one, he's going to get an outside release. So that when he blocks, Lamar Jackson's got the sideline. He's going to try to get outside and block. What this is going to let Lamar Jackson do is use them as a shield to get down the sideline. And this is just great execution by the wide receivers. You'll see both of them get that outside release. We've talked about that in previous episodes. And then just both of them just block. And Lamar Jackson right here. He's just got this wall to work with. A lot of space. And he's going to get by the initial guys, and then he's going to cut back. We'll go through this a little bit. So let's go through this now in some more detail. Okay. So it looks like that is number 36. MJ Stewart on Willie Snead. And Willie Snead is going to go up, and he's going to block him. Now, Andrew Sandale is going to right over here, number 23. He's the safety. He's actually going to incidentally run into Willie Snead, and that's going to get MJ Stewart free. Lamar Jackson's already by him, though. Now, Hollywood Brown's working against Terrence Mitchell, and he's going to do a pretty good job blocking. Look at this. He's just going to stay with him. And at this point, he gets free, but it doesn't matter. He's going to cut back on Carl Joseph right here. And then Malcolm Smith's going to hit him at the 23. Lamar takes him to the 18-yard line. This is just a great job by Lamar Jackson. I mean, this is Lamar Jackson all the way. Sensational play. 44 yards. And the Ravens, just like this, they're up one touchdown, and they're threatening to go up two. Take one more look at this run. Jackson cutting it back and getting all the way down to about the 19-yard line. And here we go one last time. This time from the all-22 angle. Lamar Jackson, his run's a thing of beauty. Look out. He's just going to cut back here on Carl Joseph. Oops, there goes Joseph to the ground. And Lamar Jackson celebrating with Willie Snead after the play. And here come the Ravens here on a 1st down and 10 ball on the 19-yard line. Gus Edwards, he'll check in first time this drive. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to cut to the outside. He's going to just walk it in at the end. And just like that, Ravens are up 2 scores in Cleveland. Zone read right here. He breaks a hit in the backfield from Mack Wilson. And then he is off to the races, and I let it go too far one more time. Watch extra point soon. Not yet. Okay. So this is the zone read. And let's take a look at how Lamar Jackson executes it, because Myles Garrett's going to go outside right here. This is the traditional zone read of where Lamar could go outside or running back can go inside. Garrett goes out, so this play is going to go to the inside. Seeing a lot of Myles. This seems to be part of the halftime adjustment here, where Myles Garrett is going to go wide every time. Garrett's going to go wide, and then they're going to trust the middle of their defense to be able to hold up against the running back. Well, it held up against the running back, but not against Lamar Jackson. But it doesn't even hold up against the running back this time, because this play, Edwards is going to the left right here. Excuse me, to our left, his right. And he's just going to cut through this gap right here. Mack Wilson is going, number 51 is going to get a pretty good hit on him. And Dobbs is just going to get by it, go right through it. At this point, Dobbins has the angle because everyone has gone to this side. And he could just cut back. And just sees Kevin Johnson right here. He's just going to cut a little wider on Johnson and just get into the end zone. Okay. Let's take a look at the blocking here. Because first off, right off the bat, Ravens have 6 offensive linemen in here. Here's Matt Skira. And so it's 2 running backs, no tight ends, 2 wide receivers, but 6 offensive linemen. Okay, so a couple guys are pulling here. Okay, so look at this, where everyone's blocking this way. Look at this. Everyone's going this way, but Bozeman's going here. Love the creativity here by Greg Roman. Bozeman's going to come on, and he's just going to take Carl Joseph. And this play, whether or not Dobbins is meant to go here or here, it doesn't really matter. Dobbins probably has the right to read it. He likes going north-south more than east-west. So let's just take a look, I guess, individual matchup. So Larry Ogunjobi's going to get, again, Bradley Bozeman's going to pull. So Ogunjobi's got this favorable matchup here against Patrick McCarry, and he's going to take advantage. He's just going to get right through to Lamar Jackson in the backfield. So good job by Ogunjobi taking advantage of his situation. Here comes Sheldon Richardson. He's going to be working against Ben Powers. He's going to try to go to the inside. Powers is okay with that, saying the run goes to the opposite side. Richardson's the inside, and all of a sudden, Sheldon Richardson here is way out of the play. Goes to the ground after the play. Or at the tail end of the play. Here comes Olivier Vernon being blocked by Matt Skira, pushing him to the inside, setting up this hole for Gus Edwards. And once he breaks his tackle, Lamar Jackson's off and going. Excuse me, Gus Edwards is off and going. Here comes DJ Fluker. He's out here and blocking Sony Takitaki, and he pushes Takitaki off to the side. This allows Edwards just to be able to race to the outside. He's going to turn Kevin Johnson, and Takitaki is going to give pursuit. Too little, too late. Okay. Great vision by Ricard. Excuse me, great vision by Edwards. I keep on messing up my names here. Here's Patrick Ricard here. And he's going to go and take on BJ Goodson. I've got 2 questions right here. And it's pretty good blocking there by Ricard. But, number 1, why is Mack Wilson unblocked? So here's what I think was meant to happen. Once again, Willie Snead was not able to block Carl Joseph. That's what I think was meant to happen. Joseph blitzed, but Snead was trying to take him. But so Bozeman was probably meant to come around and take Mack Wilson. That was probably the design here. The issue is once again, they're bringing the corner blitz or safety blitz, And that forces Bradley Bozeman to have to take on Joseph, which forces Edwards to have to break the Gus Edwards, which gives Wilson a shot at Gus Edwards, which Edwards was able to win in this situation. All right, let's watch this play one more time. This is the second rushing touchdown for Gus Edwards in this game already. Every touchdown so far has been a rushing touchdown. As here goes Gus Edwards, cuts it back. Nice cut to the outside, getting to the corner of the end zone. Both his touchdown runs using great vision. Seeing the cutback, seeing where to cut it back, turning Kevin Johnson, and in for 6. And here comes the extra point. Morgan Cox will be snapping. Sam Cook the hold. Justin Tucker, good snap, good hold. Tucker, his kick, it is good. Look at Tavier Thomas right here, though, coming around the edge. Defense is left, offense is right. He's just going to go all the way around, but it does not matter as the kick is up and good. 4 official plays because there was the penalty which wiped out play. 75 yards, 2:13 off the clock, 3 rushing plays, 1 passing play. Official plays, I should say. A great drive, a couple of big runs, one by Lamar Jackson for 44, one by Gus Edwards for 19, and the touchdown is here comes Justin Tucker, who will kick this one for a touchback. Dearness Johnson back there for the Browns. And we will start part of this drive. We'll see how much of this drive we get through in this video and how much we continue in the next one. Maybe we'll do 3 plays. There's no great way to break it up. As Dearness Johnson saying, nope, no part of this one. This can bounce 4 yards deep for the touchback and send my offense out to the 25-yard line. Down 14. Not where you want to be if you're the Cleveland Browns. But they will start off under center in the I formation. Now the motion tight end into the left. So it is single back for Baker Mayfield, who's going to play action, roll left, throw left. Harrison Bryant makes the catch and steps out of bounds. A pickup of 9 yards. Chuck Clark there to escort him out of bounds. So here's Harrison Bryant right here. He's going to start off in that fullback position. Now go to the tight end position. Mayfield's like, hey, you got to get up a yard or else we got a penalty here. And he's just going to block for a second, release. Nice, easy pitch and catch here to get 9 yards. Okay. 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Here's the second tight end, David Njoku, 2 wide receivers. Ravens in their base defense. Okay. All throughout the first half, the Browns were using a couple of different things. One thing they kept on using was this naked bootleg, and they're going to do it again here. Everyone's right. Look how everyone's over here. Everyone's over here. And look how much room Baker Mayfield has to work with here. So Harrison Bryant does a great job of selling this because he's going to initially block Yannick Ngakoue. So you see Chuck Clark saying, okay, I don't need to worry about him. Oh, wait. Because when Bryant gets free, Clark's like, oh my goodness, I am out of position right here. And so while he races over, and Baker Mayfield can just make a nice, easy throw. Yannick Ngakoue coming in on him. Let's take a look at the other routes here. So interesting because they're going to do a couple of vertical routes here. And then a crosser, and then just simple flat. Again, getting everything in front of Baker Mayfield's face because Mayfield's only going to be looking at this part of the field. It's making it really easy for Baker Mayfield just to find guys. But I mean, look, David Njoku's kind of open, though Marlon Humphrey's there. Rashard Higgins not really. Jarvis Landry is, provided that Baker Mayfield's able to put this ball right over there. But the first read, look, it's high-low. So 1, and then here, and then you go here and here. The first read is going to be the shortest one. Yannick Ngakoue getting free. Now enforcing Baker Mayfield saying, okay, there will be no second read on this one. Okay. Symmetrical formation right here. you've got to wonder. I mean, symmetrical formation. Why did the Browns decide to run it to the left side? Because normally you want your quarterback rolling to his throwing side, which for Baker Mayfield is his right. So normally you want him rolling to his right. This time they roll him left. I think the reason is they were going to run this play to wherever Yannick Ngakoue is. They wanted Yannick Ngakoue. Maybe I'm putting too much thought into this, but I think they wanted Yannick Ngakoue to be the guy that on the rolling side. And so that was the determination there. Maybe. I mean, no way really to know. 7 yards after the catch here for Harrison Bryant. Let's take a look at some of these offensive line matchups. One-on-one, or some are one-on-ones. Matabike working against Jedrick Wills right here. Wills is just going to escort him to the wrong side. A nice spin back by Matabike. It's not easy getting back on that ball, and Wills does not do anything to stop him. All right, next matchup, Brandon Williams. He's lined up right now on the zero tech, right on top of J.C. Treader, the center. Skip forward. I skipped a little bit too forward. Here comes the snap. Treader's going to go right. This is the zone blocking scheme. Batonio again escorting Williams just to the wrong side. That is what this play they're going to be doing. Here you'll see, I think it's Derek Wolfe right there. Wyatt Teller right there. J.C. Treader not really having to do much of anything. He's kind of just standing there. And Matthew Judon, Chris Board right here on the right side. As no one takes David Njoku. Chris Board is meant to, and he realizes that way too late. Matthew Judon, again, just being escorted to the wrong side. We'll watch this one more time. Motioning Brian out. And just nice, easy catch and run. 7 yards after the catch. For the rookie tight end, who is really having a nice day today. Or night in Cleveland. Watch the free safety here, Deshaun Elliott. He's realizing this is a passing play, just backpedaling, taking away the deep ball. And Browns saying, okay, you take away the deep, but we go short. Here the Browns go 2nd down and 1. In the eye, here comes Andy Janovich, the fullback. He's the up man. And this play is just going to be going to Nick Chubb, who's going to just fall forward. He needed 1. He gets pretty much just 1 to get that first down. LJ Fort on clock there to make the stop for Baltimore. Look, all right, Ravens had this play read. Or a couple of Ravens did at least. Because let's take a look right here. Look at Patrick Queen. He's going to come up. Janovich is meant to block him. Now Janovich goes way too wide here. Maybe Janovich is meant to block right here. I don't know. Maybe Wyatt Teller was meant to get up to the 2nd level because he's starting to escape. But Queen tricks him. Queen comes down, and he's going to get penetration on this play. He's going to have a shot at making a tackle on this play. Because he's going to get a hit on him, and that starts a process here of slowing him down, at which point LJ Fort right there, he's going to come over and get a hit on Chuck Clark right there. He's going to come over and get a hit in. So a couple of good jobs there. Calais Campbell's also going to get some early penetration. Where's Calais Campbell? Calais Campbell, I wrote Calais Campbell in my notes. He's right there. So if you watch Calais Campbell, he's just going to come free right away. And I'll be honest, that's a holding penalty right here. Look at the way he's being right there. That's likely a holding on Jack Conklin. Not pretty. But he's going to force Chubb to say, okay, I have to go outside right away, don't I? Oh, wait, I've got Patrick Queen there. I've got LJ Ford taking the wide outside. Where am I meant to go with this football? Well, good thing for the Browns. They only needed 1 yard. All right, let's take a look at the other offensive line matchups. Jedrick Wills versus Yannick Ngakoue. Let's slow it down and watch. Wills, Ngakwe. Wills holding his own here. Matabike holding, trying to get wide here. Just switching to Justin Matabike. He's going against Joel Batonio. He's going to try to get to the outside here. And to be honest, if this is a pass rush, he's got some penetration until Batonio seals him off. So it's a good initial move. Can't finish it, though. Brandon Williams working against J.C. Treader is going to be put. Wyatt Teller's going to push him for a second. And kind of just both of them just standing there saying, okay, neither of us are winning, neither of us are losing. We'll take that. Ravens will take that, to be honest. Matthew Judon off that right edge. David Njoku going on to block him. LJ Ford following the tight end for a second there. Ooh, look at that loss of footing there by Andy Janovich when he tries to cut back. We talked about the field. Talked about how bad it is. And this could have been a loss on the play if Quinn can finish his tackle. He cannot. In a wide open shot. Oh, look, another guy who's stumbling right here. Look at this, Sean Elliott. Backpedaling on here. Okay, this is officially a run play. I'm going to come in and I'm going to just stumble. Not what you would like to see on an NFL field. Let's watch this one more time. As Mayfield going to give it to Nick Chubb. And Chubb going to get one, but one was all he needed. That's the other part of it. And because that's all he needed, that will make this play a success for the Cleveland Browns. Getting the first down, moving the chains. And that will be a first down. We'll watch this one last time. Nope, I actually went to the next play already. I was spacing out for a second. Okay, next play. What's going to happen here? Offset eye, play action, naked bootleg again. Mayfield's going to set up, going deep. Incomplete, looking for Rashard Higgins. Number 82, he's the target. All right, I talked about this offset eye right here. Again, this naked bootleg. Mayfield's just going to set up and launch it. And not going to happen. That is Marlon Humphrey in coverage for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's just take a look at this coverage quickly, which is pretty tight. There's just not much there. Tries a second move right here. That doesn't help, but there's just nothing doing at the end of this play for Rashard Higgins. We'll take a look at the other route concepts quickly here. As the Browns in 21 personnel, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. They've got a crosser here, another deep route. Janovich getting out to the flat. Okay. Decent pass concept. I mean, it worked. This pass concept works. I mean, look how wide open David Njoku is. That's what the Ravens got to figure out right here. What is meant to happen with David Njoku? Because LJ Ford, one of these guys, either LJ Ford or Chris Board, is meant to be taking him. Neither does, and I'll be honest, the Ravens are just lucky that Deshaun Elliott's going to come free at Baker Mayfield. Look, I mean, the guys come free, actually. Elliott, I mean, Judon, you'll see this. We'll take a look at the line later, but Mayfield under a lot of pressure does not see a wide open David Njoku who would have had tons of space to work with, including possibly a blocker if he can, I guess, cut it outside. So, Ravens got a break there. Janovich is open on this play as well. A little bit later on, if we would go to like right here. A lot of room, but fortunately for the Ravens, the ball is already out of Baker Mayfield's hands. Okay, let's take a look at the offensive line here. Here comes Yannick Ngakoue on this offense's left side. He's going to be racing, and he's going to be trying to chip up Andy Janovich. Janovich is now going to race out to the flat, but Ngakoue is going to come free. So Janovich kind of gets him, kind of doesn't, though. I mean, you just see coming all the way in here. I'll be honest, you see how Elliott's got to reset his feet because he misread the play. Again, using this naked bootleg. Okay, here comes the next man, Justin Matabike, forcing him just to the wrong side. Strong job there. Brandon Williams working against JC Treader. Oh, there goes the hit by Batonio to push him off to the side. Again, just saying, okay, we're going to push you to the wrong side, and we're going to let our quarterback make a nice, easy read. Except in this time, he doesn't have the time to make the read. And there is Derek Wolf, nothing doing against Wyatt Teller, but Matthew Judon's going to get free. Working against David Njoku's going to release, working against Jack Conklin, and Conklin's going to push him out to the outside, at which point he's going to come free, but there are a whole bunch of Ravens going around right here. Just heaving it deep. Throwing it back to the sideline. Incomplete. So, I mean, this might have just been a throwaway from Baker Mayfield, realizing how much pressure he was. He saw, I mean, if you look here, Higgins isn't open when Mayfield throws this ball. But this might have just been a throwaway. As you see, he kind of threw it more towards the sideline, trying to make sure Humphrey can't pick it. Now, one point I want to show here is a great job by Baker Mayfield. Look how he's going to reset his feet to make this throw. Set his feet, use good mechanics, and launching that ball. The issue was it is incomplete, and that will hold them back. So let's watch this one last time. A 30-yard incompletion. Long foul ball, long incompletions. They both equal to the same things. It's either a strike or just a loss of down, and that is what it will be here on first down for the Browns. And we're trying to get a drive to answer the Ravens' touchdown drive that they had to start the second half. Ravens up 28-14 in Cleveland. And we will halt this video and this episode right over here. Watching this video, episode 12 of the Ravens-Browns Week 14 Deep Dive. Ravens get a touchdown on a 4-play drive. Lamar Jackson 44-yard run. Gus Edwards 19-yard touchdown run. And now the Browns are starting to get a drive going. They're at their own 35-yard line. Seeing what they can do to try and equalize the Ravens' attack and keep this game a shootout instead of making it a blowout. Before you leave, make sure you check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That is Sports with Yosef. Check out all of the episodes there, as well as checking out the rest of the videos in the series, which you can check out on YouTube, Sportscaster, or my website, sportscastr.com. Username YosefM613. My website, YosefM613.com. And you can actually subscribe to get email updates every time I post new content, including when new episodes of the series come out. Also on my website, you can check out all my articles on Tackler, Flurry Sports, Rocky, and Mighty Sportscaster News. All of those great sites. A lot of great content. Make sure you take advantage. Make sure you also give me a follow on Twitter at YosefM613, YOSEFM613. Thank you for watching. I'm Yosef Mesenter. I'll see you next time.